YouTube, what's good with it? It's your boy G. Just a quick video on a sequence of operation for a furnace. As you can see, I'm up here in a little attic, and it's winter time, 40 degrees, February 1st, 2021. And this furnace is brand new, so it's not really a lot I gotta do to it. So I figured this is a good time to make a video. You know what I mean? Alright, so just a video on sequence of operation. Let's get it. Alright, so the first thing that kicks on one of these furnaces, don't matter what type of furnace it is, gas, oil, anything like that, is your draft inducer motor. Now what this motor does is it pretty much is your exhaust motor. It pushes the carbon monoxide out of the house through the pipe that goes through your roof or into your chimney. If this is a 9% furnace or condensating furnace, this pipe right here would be PVC. It'd be 2-inch, and you will have a drain coming down out the bottom of it, which will tie into your air conditioner. Then it'll go outside. But this is just a basic efficiency furnace. So your inducer motor kicks on, runs for about 30 seconds or so, and as it's doing that, it pulls on a little vacuum tube. This is a newer American Standard furnace, so they have theirs on their back plate covering the heat exchanger, but 90% of them are right here, where it just pulls on it, and that vacuum tube connects to a pressure switch. So that pressure switch's job is to confirm that this motor is actually running. So if this motor has bad bearings, or it's starting to lock up, or it's not turning, this pressure switch won't work or won't close, and you will have no heat. So when you turn on your thermostat, you should hear it wind up when it's doing its thing, and then that will close. And then after the manufacturer's design time, you will notice your igniter glowing. The igniter is back here. This is a silicone phosphate igniter, so just think of it like a electric stove. It glows cherry red for a predetermined amount of time from the manufacturer, and then once that gets up to temperature, your gas kicks in. So the gas valve kicks in, and then you'll have your furnace fire off, and then after it fires off, the flames will travel from the igniter down each burner, and then it'll hit the pressure. It'll hit a flame sensor, which is right here. It's just a metal rod about as long as your index finger, and that rod's job is to tell the furnace that it's on. So if your gas pressure is set wrong or high, which I'm gonna check in a second, you can cook that flame sensor, and what will happen is everything will run in line, it'll fire up, and then it'll run for maybe 5 seconds, and then the flame will cut off, gas valve will shut off, and then it'll try its cycle again. Depending on the manufacturer that you have, it may try 3 to 5 times before it gives up, and then you'll get an error code on the control board. There's a little LED light or a little LED display that will tell you something's wrong with your furnace. And then after that fires off, assuming that everything's working fine, you'll notice your furnace running for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. And after that, the blower motor kicks on behind this back plate. And after that blower motor kicks on, you got heat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run through each step so you can see it in action, and then go from there. So I got the power off. Let's turn her on. Step 1. Sucking on this switch. Closing that pressure switch. certain temperature determined by the manufacturer, and then your blower motor will kick on and you have heat. So what I tend to do on these checkups is I let it run for about a good 10-15 minutes on its own, just to make sure it's not overheating or anything like that. So if it is, then we'll start to get an error code on the board. You see that flashing heat, HT? Check the gas pressure. It should be 3.5. So you see we're not too far off. So what I'm gonna do, give it a little tweak. This is how you cook a flame sensor if the gas is too high. So 3.7, 3.6 is not terrible. We're talking like 4 and up. So a lot of these manufacturers will have like a range, maybe like 3.2 to 3.7. But to get the efficiency out the furnace, the manufacturer is going off the calculation of 3.5 inches water column per hour. Pull this off real quick, clear off my meter to atmosphere. Atmospheric pressure. Pop this back on. Just make sure we get a solid reading. What we do is just crank her down a little bit. You know what I mean? Pick it up. Turn to the left. Lower the gas pressure. Turn to the right. Increase the gas pressure. So we're going to try to hit 3.5 right on the money. Is. So you got 1, your inducer motor, 2, your pressure switch, 3, your igniter, 4, gas valve, 5, flame sensor, 6, blower motor, 7, you got heat. That's pretty much the sequence of operation when it comes to one of these furnaces. They're very simple. Just once you know the sequence, you kind of got a good idea of what to look for. So, you know, example, you're coming looking at the furnace or looking at your furnace and your inducer motor's kicking on, but it's not getting to the igniter. It's either, if you got the right tools, you can test this pressure switch to make sure it's even closing. Every now and then, you know, those do fail, the diaphragm on it do fail, and it could be that, or it could really simply be the igniter. It won't go to the next step without going to, you know, the step in line. So you can't skip step 2 to get to step 3. You just ain't gonna have no heat. So very simple. And if you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. You know, I'll take care of y'all, get y'all going. Till next time. Like, share, subscribe, please. Later. Peace.